we can chant the prayer which is given here. This morning what we chanted, Sada Shiva Samarambham, that we'll chant, and then we'll chant the Shanti Patha afterwards of this Upanishad. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This slot of 11:30 to 12:30 will be seeing the summary of this Upanishad. Summary of the Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And before going to the actual Upanishad and its summary, we will see some background topics. First of all, we can appreciate ourselves to be very blessed. Why? Because we are human beings. Jantunam nara janma durlabham. Shankaracharya ji in Viveka Chudamani very beautifully says, for jivas, among so many jivas, so many species, nara janma, human birth, is very durlabha, is very difficult to attain. And in the same text, he said, Durlabham trayamevetat daivanugraha hetukam manushyatvam mamukshutvam mahapurusha samshrayaha. So, manushyatvam, human form, human body is a big blessing. So, we have reasons to feel blessed. In fact, in life, we want to be happy, remain happy in relative sense. One thing is, you find out the reasons to feel blessed. Some people find out the reason to feel wretched, unlucky, miserable. See, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this. Therefore, what happens? They remain miserable. Swayam miserable, anyan miserayati, or whatever we can say. So they themselves are miserable and they spread misery all around. So one relative way, it is not the absolute, a relative way of remaining happy is to see that we have reasons to feel blessed. And one of them is, we have got this human body. And human body is special in so many ways compared to other animals. We can walk upright, and we can plan our life. And as per our Shastra, we have got free will. All other animals, they have got the body, but they don't have free will. Therefore, they cannot plan their life the way they want. And from the standpoint of Shastra, they cannot earn punyam nor they will earn papa. So, if you help somebody, you as a human being, you will earn punyam. But some dog does some service to his master, like bringing the newspaper and all we see. The dog will not get any punyam. Or dog sometimes barks and disturbs the master, he will not get papa. Whereas human being has got free will. And human being has got intelligence to plan, to think, to deliberate. And one more blessings human beings have is the gift of Vedas from Ishvara. Vedas are, we can see, Vedas can be looked upon as the gift from the Lord. So Vedas is a body of knowledge. Vidyate, Gnayate, Anena iti Vedaha. The body of knowledge with the help of which we learn, we know. That is called Veda. And Vedas are not written, authored by any human being. Very difficult to accept for this, especially educated people, highly educated people, very difficult. That how it is not a human creation? We say Vedas are given by the Lord to us, humanity, through the rishis. So we had some carriers, or we had some transmitters, those who received the Vedas from the Lord because of their extraordinary purity of the mind, tapas. And those people are called Rishayaha, Mantra Drashtaraha Rishayaha. So rishis are not the composer of Vedas. Many people, they call them the rishis as subjective scientists. You must have heard this word. They are subjective scientists. They did some experiment, outside experiment, inside experiment, and based on their experiment, what they wrote is Vedas. This is a common thinking of many people, even after studying Vedas and Vedanta for so many years. That is how they think. That rishis, they did this, the experiment outside and inside, and whatever they understood based on their experience, they wrote, and that what they have written based on their experience, that is Vedas. That is a common misbelief about Vedas. Vedas are not authored by any individual based on his or her experience. So Vedas are the body of knowledge given by the Lord in the beginning of creation and received by rishis. And we have got male rishi, they are called Rishayaha, plural, and we have got female also, Rishikaha. Their name is Rishikaha. So we have got male rishis who have received the mantras, and we have got female Rishika like Romasha, Lopa Mudra, they are called Rishikaha. So rishis and Rishikaha, they have received the Vedas, which were there manifest in the beginning of creation. And these Vedas are divided in different ways. One way we divide into 4, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, based on the type of priest. So based on the application in the ritual, they are divided into 4. And also it is divided into 2 based on the subject matter, Veda Purva Bhaga and Vedanta. This you must have heard. Veda Purva Bhaga deals with karma, the rituals and meditations, karma and upasana, and also values. Vedanta deals with the knowledge of truth behind Jiva, individual, Jagat, the world, and Ishvara, the Lord, the Creator. So this is Veda. First part is called Veda Purva Bhaga, Karma Kanda. Second part is called Vedanta. And this Vedanta is otherwise called Upanishad. Vedanta is a positional name. Vedasya antavagaha antaha Vedantah. So the end portion of Vedas is called Vedanta and is also called Upanishad. And this morning we saw that Upanishad primarily means Brahma Vidya. How Brahma Vidya is called Upanishad? For that Swamiji explained. Upa conveys the idea that this Vidya is attained by going near the source of knowledge. Upa. And this Vidya is to be made well ascertained, Nishchaya Jnanam, by Manana and Nididhyasanam. So Upa conveys the idea of Shravanam, Ni conveys the idea of Manana and Nididhyasanam. So this Vidya is that which is attained by Upa and Ni, Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasanam. And when this Vidya is attained through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, it does the job of destroying samsara along with its cause, which is conveyed by Sad, which becomes Shad. Thus, Upanishad primarily means Brahma Vidya, knowledge of limitless reality. But in secondary sense, this Upanishad word also conveys the idea of the text, which is the end portion of Vedas. So, primary meaning of the word Upanishad is Brahma Vidya. Secondary meaning of the word Upanishad is Vedanta text. So, when we are taking the secondary meaning, Upanishad as the text occurring in the end portion of Vedas, then we have got so many Upanishads. Upanishad in its primary sense is only one. Brahma Vidya is only one. But Upanishad in its secondary sense, text, it is many. How many? We have different numbers. According to some publications available, there are 200 Upanishads. And we don't have any reason to disbelieve, because the Vedas had so many branches, and every branch will have one Upanishad minimum, and therefore we can have 200 Upanishads. But in one Upanishad itself, called Muktika Upanishad, the list of 108 Upanishad is given. So there the Upadesha is given by Rama to Hanumana, called Muktika Upanishad, and it is said there are 108 Upanishads. Then how many should we study? There, this popular statement is there. Mandukyam ekameva alam mumukshunam vimuktaye. One Mandukya Upanishad is enough for mumukshu, the seeker of freedom. For what? Vimuktaye, for freedom. So one Upanishad you study well, you can get moksha. Mandukyam is the example there. It is not only Mandukyam. Even Kena Upanishad you study well, not summary. So Kena Upanishad you study well, then one Upanishad is enough. Study well. As Swamiji described today based on Katha Upanishad Bhashyam, that Drashtanu Shravika Vishaya Vitrishnaha Santaha Mumukshavaha Nishchayena Shilayanti. So with exclusive commitment, when you study, assimilate the vision given by one Upanishad, it is good enough for moksha. That's a very saving grace, because many of you might be having anxiety. Swamiji, I have studied only 4 Upanishads. Even 10 Upanishads I have not studied. So my moksha is what? 40% moksha? Because 10 Upanishads full moksha. If we consider 108, even not 40%. So let us be relaxed. In Vedanta pursuit, one important thing is to remain relaxed. And so this is a very relaxing statement. What? One Upanishad is good enough for moksha. not for becoming acharya. If you want to teach, then one Upanishad is not enough. Then you have to study 10 Upanishad with Bhashyam and all commentary, all. You should be very thorough, grammar also, Panini, all this required. For becoming teacher, you require so many Upanishads. For this one Upanishad, you cannot become teacher. Like you have got 3 pens and you cannot start stationery store with 3 pens. You require so many things, then you can start. So, you require so many things to become a teacher. But for you to get moksha, the vision attained by one Upanishad is good enough. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say nicely. He said to commit suicide, one knife is enough. One small knife is enough. Padak, you put it here, up. But if you want to fight a war with one knife, you cannot fight. Then you require this sword and so many weapons. So, to get moksha, which is like committing suicide in a way, because you are dissolving the individuality into the total. For that, one Upanishad is enough. That's a very saving grace, especially people who are on the wrong side of 70, 80. For them it is a very, very relaxing thing. What? One Upanishad, study well. During that one Upanishad study, don't sleep. During that, you study well. And study with proper attitude, sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, guru seva, whatever possible. That is good enough. But otherwise, Bhagavan Ramchandra ji says, if one Upanishad is not doing the job, then what? 10 Upanishads you have to study. So 1 to 10. He doesn't go in between. 3, 4 he doesn't say. 10 Upanishads. What are they? Isha kena katha prashna munda mandukya tittirihi eitareyam cha chandogyam brihadaranyakam tatha or brihadaranyakam tatha dasha. 10 Upanishads are there. Ishavasya kena katha prashna mundaka mandukya taittariya aitareya chandogya brihadaranyaka. Name remember also is difficult for some people. But don't worry. So these 10 Upanishads are to be studied. And these 10 Upanishads are commented upon by our Acharyas. Shankaracharya ji have commented upon all these 10 Upanishads. Therefore, they have become very popular. And Western scholars, they call them major Upanishads. We generally don't use this term. They call it major Upanishads. And even books they publish, major Upanishads, minor Upanishads. So 10 Upanishads are to be studied thoroughly if one has not worked. And if 10 do not work, then how many? He goes to 32. You can study 32 Upanishads. He gives the list. In that Kaivalya, Jabala and all these are there. Maitreyi. So you can study 32 Upanishads. And Swamiji, 32 also did not do the job. Still my wife says, you are the same fellow what you are. Wife generally doesn't give certificate easily. Okay, remember, the last signature of your goodness will be by your spouse. So, they don't give, they know, I know you, how you are. So, in case you are not feeling full satisfied with 10 Upanishads, 32 Upanishads. If 32 also doesn't work, they don't work, then 108 Upanishads. So, after, you will not come back. 108 Upanishads. We have a book for 108 Upanishads. We have a book, and nowadays you can get it online also. From archive you can go and you will get 108 Upanishads. So, I think by 108 Upanishads, either you will have Videha Mukti or or Jivan Mukti. So, you will not come back. But by chance, somebody, after studying 108 also gets Swamiji, nothing happened. Then what we will say? We will say, you need to do some seva, you need to do some upasana. Do some japa, do some parayana. will not simply say, Hogi, just get lost. Our Shastra's approach is that everybody has got a place. Everybody can be suggested to do some sadhana. There is nobody who is disqualified for doing any sadhana. There is no person. Anybody, even somebody who is not having some, good mental health, still you can say, Rama, 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 Rama. Some sadhana is there. That's a very great the generosity of our Shastra. There is always something for everyone. That's a greatness. So Shastra will not say that you get lost. Like in Kannada they say get lost, He said, ಒಂದು time eating ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿ, then you are yogi. Twice eating, ಎರಡು, then bhogi. Three times eating, then rogi. 4 times eating, hogi. Hogi means get lost. So that, but our Shastra doesn't say that. That's a really greatness of Shastra. And these Vedas, which are talking about this karma and upasanas. Second part is Vedanta, having so many Upanishads, 108. And out of them, as I said, 10 Upanishads are the major Upanishads. And before I go to this, the explanation of these 10 Upanishads and finally Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, let me clarify one point which generally I clarify in every retreat is the subject matter of Vedas is not scientific. Many of you must be having that craze. Our Vedas are scientific. Swamiji, our Vedas are so scientific. They tell me like this, Isn't it, Swamiji? They will say, isn't it? I have to say, no, it is not. Vedas are not scientific. Does it mean they are unscientific? No, Vedas are not unscientific. Means they are not disproved by science. That which is proved by science, that which is following the methodology and principles of science, that is called scientific. Vedas are not following that. And what is the unscientific? That which is disproved by the science, that can be called unscientific. Vedas are neither scientific nor unscientific. They are ascientific. Means they are trans-scientific. Means they are not, the subject matter of Vedas is not falling within the range of science. But this is a little disappointing, Swamiji, that we have heard that our Vedas are scientific because they give this example. What? That, Swamiji, in Rig Veda, there is a speed of light given. You see in Google, you try. Speed of light according to Vedas. This portion will come. And there is a mantra for that. And they quote this mantra. Mantra is Yojananam Sahasram Dve Dveshate Dvecha Yojane Ekena Nimishardena Kramamana Namostute. This mantra they quote. And in this mantra, they said the speed of light is given. First of all, this mantra does not belong to Rig Veda. This mantra is quoted by Sayanacharya while writing the commentary on Rig Veda mantra, 154, I think. First mandala, I think 58th khanda and 4th anuvaka perhaps. So, on that, while writing the commentary, Sayanacharya says this. This particular mantra is Tathacha Smaryate. And the Rigveda mantra is regarding the Surya Devata. So, that mantra is regarding the glory of Surya Devata, prayer to Surya Devata, glorifying Surya Devata. And there Sayanacharya writes this mantra Tathacha Smaryate. This mantra is quoted by him, where it is said that light of the sun is traveling 2202 yojana in half Nimesha. Nimesha is like 1/28th or something of second. And then these modern people, they calculate. And they say, see, if we go by this calculation, then we get the speed of light as some 387,000 miles per second. And these also, science also are telling almost same 3,84,000. See, in Rig Veda, the speed of light is given. Our Vedas are so scientific. Who will say this? Who do not know Vedas well. As I told you, this mantra, since you may come across this mantra does not belong to Veda, first of all. People don't check. It is not a Rig Veda mantra. It is some Smruti mantra. And it is a mantra of some Smruti. And there, even let us assume this is a mantra of Shruti. There also, the subject matter of Veda is not to tell you what is the speed of light. Subject matter of Veda is to tell that if you pray to the sun chanting this mantra, you will get punyam. Your adrishta will be neutralized. For that particular subject matter, for revealing that fact, that this prayer which is given in this mantra will remove your papam, for that this mantra is, or this shloka is. And that cannot be proved or disproved by science. That this particular mantra, yojananam sahasram dve, this mantra or shloka will give you punyam, that cannot be proved by science, cannot be disproved by science. And therefore, remember the subject matter of Vedas, which includes Karmakanda and Vedanta, is apaurushaya. Apaurushaya means not independently available for our human intellect. If we don't say it is not available for human intellect, you can get the knowledge, but with the help of Vedas only. Without these Vedas, you cannot get the knowledge which is given in the Vedas. So remember, Vedas are not scientific. Now, why do you have so much obsession with Vedas being scientific? Do you mean to say that something will be acceptable only when it is scientific? Not necessary. Science is a pramanam. Science refers to two pramanams mainly, pratyaksha and anumanam. Pratyaksha means perception, anumanam is inference. Those are the tools for science. And Vedas is an independent pramanam. Pramanam is means of knowledge. It is Shabda Pramanam. It is a apaurushaya Shabda Pramanam. And therefore, we need not feel bad about Vedas not being scientific. We should be proud that it is not scientific. Vedas are revealing something which is not available for science. Alright. And these Vedas, as I said, have got two parts, Karmakanda and Jnanakanda, otherwise called Vedanta, otherwise called Upanishads. And in that, 10 Upanishads are very popular. Among these 10 Upanishads, in the list, the last Upanishad is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. This Brihadaranyaka Upanishad has got 6 chapters. This Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it belongs to, first let me clarify that it belongs to Yajur Veda. 4 Vedas are there, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda. In that, this Upanishad is belong to Yajur Veda. In Yajur Veda also there are 2 branches. One is called Shukla Yajur Veda, white Yajur Veda, and other is called Krishna Yajur Veda. Some of the Upanishads in this list of 10 belong to Krishna Yajur Veda, some belong to Shukla Yajurveda. Krishna literally dark Yajurveda. They say black Yajurveda. And Shukla means white Yajurveda. What is the whiteness and blackness of Yajurveda? So if you write with ink, all Vedas will be black only, because black ink is there, so black only. If you write with blue, then all will be blue only. So what is the whiteness and blackness of the Yajurveda? One explanation given. There can be any number, but one explanation is that in Krishna Yajurveda, these mantra bhaga and brahmana bhaga are not so much clearly divided. They are intermixed. Therefore, it is called Krishna Yajurveda. Whereas in this Shukla Yajurveda, mantra bhaga, brahmana bhaga, mantratmaka bhaga and brahmanatmaka bhaga, they are clearly distinct. They are distinctly presented. Therefore, it is called Shukla Yajurveda. It doesn't matter to us. One Veda is called Shukla Yajurveda, other is called Krishna Yajurveda. In South India, Krishna Yajurveda is more popular. In North India, Shukla Yajurveda is more popular. Their ways of chanting is different. Here we say Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. There we say Sahasra Shirkha Purukha. They like that, they will have different chanting. Even some letters are chanted differently. So, chanting is slightly different. And of course, the vision of Shukla Yajurveda or Krishna Yajurveda is the same. And this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. And in Veda, there is another division. One is called Samhita or Mantra Bhaga, other is called Brahmana Bhaga. And this Upanishad is occurring in Brahmana Bhaga. And we have got two versions of this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. One is occurring in Kanva Shakha, other is occurring in Madhyandina Shakha. And Madhyandina Shakha Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is commented upon by Vidyaranya Swami. Kanva Shakha Upanishad Brihadaranyaka is commented upon by Shankaracharya ji. So we are going to see the summary of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, mainly of Kanva Shakha. Kanva and Madhyandina Shakha almost same, somewhere only some variation is there. And this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is considered to be a commentary of Ishavasya Upanishad. Ishavasya Upanishad is a mantra Upanishad, and this is a Brahmana Upanishad. Brahmana Upanishad is considered to be commentary on the mantra Upanishad. So it's a commentary. And this Upanishad has got 434 mantras. Thus I am giving the overall idea what this Upanishad is. And it has got 6 chapters, and each chapter will be divided into various numbers of sections, and the section will be called Brahmana. Brahmanam, not Brahmanaha, Brahmanam. So there Brahmana doesn't mean Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, not that. Brahmanam is the name of the section of the Adhyaya. So this Upanishad has got 6 chapters and 47 Brahmanas spread over 6 chapters. And this Upanishad is also divided into 3 kanda, 3 cantos. First kanda is called Madhu Kanda. Madhu means honey. So this kanda is named as Madhu Kanda. It is talking about, in this kanda, the topic of honey comes. Not that how to make honey and all this. People say, so Vedas are scientific, no? So how to make honey? No. Honey has got different meaning, that the dependent karyam is the meaning. So we will see that when it comes. And this Madhu Kanda is also called Agama Kanda, and it is Upadesha Pradhanam. It is Shravana Pradhanam. It reveals the topic. So that is the first kanda consisting of first 2 chapters. Second kanda is called Yajnavalkya Kanda or Muni Kanda, which is consisting of 2 chapters, 3rd and 4th. And this second kanda is Manana Pradhana, Upapatti Pradhana, which is giving the supportive logic to show that the subject matter given here in the first kanda is not illogical. We need to understand the place of logic in study of Shastra. Logic is given so much, extensively given in Shastra. When we are studying Shastra, we will find so much logic is given. Logic is not to prove the subject matter of Vedanta. It is not a proving logic which is given. It is the supportive logic given. Why supportive logic is given? So that our doubts which are based on the logic are removed by the supportive logic. So, supportive logic is given to dismiss the doubts raised based on the logic. Because doubts are based on logic, and therefore answers also should be given based on logic. And therefore, this Upapatti logic is used, and that is second kanda. It is called Yajnavalkya Kanda or Muni Kanda. Third kanda is called Khila Kanda. Khila. Khila means remainder, remaining one. And it is of the two, consisting of 2 chapters, 5th and 6th. And in that, some upasanas are given, so many upasanas are given, and some remaining topics are discussed. Miscellaneous topics are discussed. So, this is going to be the development of this entire Upanishad. We are not going to see entire Upanishad. To see the entire Upanishad, we require 3 years. So, that nobody has time. So, we are going to see the summary over maybe 6, 7, depending upon how much time Swamiji has. I mean, if he is going to take Kena Upanishad, then we'll make it brief. Otherwise, we'll elaborate a little bit. Alright, so with this background, we enter into the first chapter of this Upanishad. This Upanishad, first chapter, has got 6 Brahmanas, 6 sections. And 80 mantras are there, and each Brahmana will have some name also. The first Brahmana is called Ashwamedha Brahmana. First Brahmana is called Ashwamedha Brahmana. And in this Brahmana only 2 mantras are there. And let us just read the first letter so that you know how this Upanishad starts. At least we should know that we have studied how Upanishad start. Ushava Ashvasya Medyasya Shiraha. That is how Upanishad starts. So I will, when we conclude, I will tell you the last line also. So you can say from beginning to end. So first is Ushava Ashvasya Medyasya Shiraha. And this Brahmana, where only 2 mantras are there. Very interesting part is given. There is a Upasana, meditation. Meditation on what? Virat, cosmic being, cosmic Lord. And Virat is meditated upon the various parts of the horse. See, very, very creative imagery of these Vedas. In Ashwamedha Yaga, there is a ritual called Ashwamedha Yaga, very popular yaga. In fact, when we want to describe the karma, we say that Agnihotradi Ashwamedha Paryantam. So, the range of karma is what? The simplest one is Agnihotra. The most intricate is Ashwamedha. In the Ashwamedha Yaga, there is a horse used, and that horse has got different parts. And on different parts of the horse, which is used in the Ashwamedha Yaga, we are visualizing different aspects of this universe. So, entire cosmic being, Virat, for whom the entire universe is the body, Bhuvpado Vyasya Nabhir Vyeda Suranilash Chandra Suryo Cha Netre, that you have seen in the Vishnu Sahasranama, that Virat Purusha is invoked in the Ashva, the horse used in Ashwamedha Yaga. And if one meditates on that, meditates on various parts of this horse as various aspects of the universe, which is the body of Virat Purusha, then one gets the same result as one would have done Ashwamedha Yaga. So that's a very beautiful thing. Ashwamedha Yaga, a particular ritual, cannot be done by everybody. You cannot say, I have money, I can do Ashwamedha Yaga. Ashwamedha Yaga is done by Kshatriya, who is the king. You are not king. You are not even the king of your house. So only king can do the upasana. King can do the ritual. And as a part of the ritual, there is upasana, meditation. But somebody who is not qualified for Ashwamedha Yaga, he can do this upasana, even though he is not qualified for Ashwamedha Yaga, but he can do the upasana. He has to just visualize the horse. And on the horse, various parts, he has to do meditation. The first part is that Ashvasya Ushava Ashvasya Shiraha. Thus I am giving the sample. The head of the horse should be meditated upon as Usha, dawn. Early morning, when the sun is rising, that dawn. So you have to visualize, you have to be very creative. That horse, you have to imagine as a dawn. And like that Suryaha Chakshuhu. Then the horses have got 2 eyes, so you have to meditate upon the eyes of the horse. Don't bring the horse. So otherwise remaining near the horse, you will be afraid, you cannot do upasana. You just visualize. And on that, the eyes, you meditate upon the sun. That the 2 eyes of the horse are Suryaha. His pranas are the entire cosmic Vayu. Like that, you meditate on different parts of the horse as different aspects of Virat Purusha, cosmic being, this Paramatma, cosmic Lord. Then what is the result? You get the result of Ashwamedha Yaga, means becoming one with Virat. You become one with the cosmic being. So that is the first Brahmana, which is Upasana. Second Brahmana also is having Upasana, which is about Agni. So second Brahmana is called Agni Brahmana. It has got 7 mantras, and there Agni is the symbol and Virat Purusha is the Upasya. In any meditation, 2 things are important. One is the Alambana, the support, and other is Upasya. So Upasya means to be meditated on is Virat Purusha, and symbol used is fire. So you meditate on fire, and you meditate upon this fire as Virat. Different aspects of fire you meditate as Virat. That is Agni Brahmana. Then third Brahmana is called Udgita Brahmana. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo